All right, cut two, take two. All right, 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 everybody. I got my tea. I got my water. I found a quarter, so that's what's up. I'm gonna be a little more soft spoken today. I'm out in the park. Got people working out, people playing tennis. You know, hopefully it's not too windy for y'all. Um, Setting up this camera today to talk to y'all about finishing projects, finishing things in general. And if you know me personally, you'll think, how hypocritical. This dude's going to talk to me about finishing projects with his 15,000 projects that are in the middle of being done. And I got to say, a lot of this whole video series is secretly it's me talking to me. I'm telling you things because I think you'll value it and maybe you'll get something out of it. But I'm telling these things to myself because I need to hear them, because I need to hear me say them. I need to internalize some of these things. Um, a quote I heard, maybe I read the other day, I get confused with Instagram and reels and stuff if I heard someone say it or if I just read it in a little meme. But starting new projects is a form of procrastination. And wow, that fucking slapped me. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten to the part, because I'm from the sticker community. So I spend a lot of time doing collabs, and oftentimes those collabs will have a theme on them. You know, whether it's a color theme or a party theme, so to speak. If I'm not in the right state of mind to be doing the colors, I will find everything that I have that needs outlines or is just an outline to get stuff rolling. But more often than not, it's the days that I need to outline that come few and far between mentally. And you just got to do it realistically. But there's days when I've done it and oh my gosh, I'm so displeased with the outcome, or I feel like I ruined something that I was otherwise in a flow for. But there's also been a significant amount of times where I've not been in the mood mentally, but through whatever small amount of discipline I have, I cruise through something and then I say, oh wow, that was a lot easier than I thought, and it came out a lot better than I thought, and it took a lot less time than I thought. I think we can all relate to having stuff waiting for us to do it, and we're like stressing on it, like making dentist appointments. The older I get, the less I want to do that. The less, I mean, I know I have to do it, but the less I like making the calls, the less I like doing the things, less I like going to the appointments. It's just such a, I'm dragging my feet. I drag my feet through every phase of the dental process. Um, but then I did it. I did it, late last year. I don't know, November, December. And first of all, the outcome was much less intense than I thought. The experience was much less intense than I thought. And it took like no time. I stressed on it for probably close to a year. And then it was done. And now it's in the past. And that just applies to so many things that I do. I think that we all do. And another quote that I heard, I'm a big quotes person. I know that's probably not saying much in today's age of reposting and all that, but I don't know, quotes and metaphors really stick with me. So hang with me for a little bit. Humans are a lot better at doing than they are at thinking. And as a somewhat cerebral person, I spend a lot of my time trying to think myself through a project, think myself through a scenario, hoping that all that thinking will somehow lead to a better outcome or a different outcome or the right outcome. And I don't know if it does or not, but all I know is that all that thinking has never gotten anything done for me. All all the thinking. And I'm a thinking ass motherfucker. I don't want to, but this thing's always going, man. You know, that's why I struggle so hard with alcohol in my mid 20s, early to mid 20s, going on 9 years sober from alcohol now. But it was so easy to drink and unplug this, at least a little bit, at least for a little while. But I think that's the problem. Realistically, putting time between knowing you have something to do and doing that thing, like all in between there is just like anxiety and worry. And you know, I forget the Shakespeare quote, but like it's a phantasm. It's a nightmare. So if you take that space between knowing you need to do something and doing that thing, and you compress that, I mean, man, good or bad, you're gonna get another chance most of the time. It's not, every day is not your wedding day. Every day is not a first impression. Every day is not life or death. And you know, I should say not every day. I should say not every decision is life or death. Just make the decision. If you fumble it, you fumble it. Try again. Like that experiment where they separate art classes into two groups, where one is supposed to take a certain amount of quality photos. You know, they give 15 kids the assignment to take the most high quality, best photos they can with all their knowledge of the craft. And then they'll take the other 15 students and say, take as many pictures as you can with your knowledge of the craft. And invariably, it works out that the group that takes more pictures and has to pick their final 2 or 3 at the end have better photos than the people who took less but focused so intensely on the compositions, the framing, the colors, the backgrounds. What's up, crows? Um, all those things, your rules of thirds. The people who took more photos always ended up with better end results. And that's not to say that quantity is always quality. There's a lot of BS being pushed out that's quantity, but not quality. I'm not going to get political, I promise. But within your quantities, there's going to be a lot more variety of quality. And you can pick and choose which qualities you personally value the most out of those. Whether that's completing art projects, whether that's getting things done at work, whether that's getting these videos filmed because you put too much pressure on yourself and you think every video needs to be like Oppenheimer level. I don't know what I expect of myself. I'm just a fucking dude. I'm just a dude who wants to talk to people and see if they feel like I do. So it's a really nice day out. Glad I got out here. Really struggled, even just last night. Yesterday, all day, man. Wanted to get this done. Wanted to get this video going. Wanted to get this started. Had scripts lined up. Had bullet points lined up. Didn't happen. Just overthought myself into a hole. And today I'm trying to close that gap. I'm trying to take a lot of the thinking out of the equation. Because, like I said, we're a lot better at doing than we are at thinking. You're not going to think yourself out of that bad relationship. You're not going to think your way through that painting submission. You're not going to think your way through those collaborations you have with people lined up. You're not going to think your way through most things. You might think your way through your feelings and emotions. That's very valid. Those are things you can think through. You can also talk through those things with other people, with yourself, with me. Hit me up. I don't just say that, I mean that. Thinking has its place, but not when it comes to productivity. You got to trust yourself that you know what you're doing. And just start pulling the trigger. Pull the trigger on those things you need to get done. Pull the trigger on those calls you need to make, those appointments you haven't made, those follow-up appointments you haven't made. Even things like texting your friends back, man. Texting your friends back, calling your parents back, apologizing to a loved one about something you feel less than proud about. Just shorten the gap. Organically, you're going to take the time you need. I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in the powers of the universe and energy and vibrations. A little hippy dippy, I know that, but I'm sure you all get what I'm saying. The universe will give you what you need when you need it. But sometimes you have to take that leap of faith that it's there and it's already there for you. You're not waiting for the moment to feel right about it. You're not expecting anyone to give you anything. You're not expecting anything to show up and magically fix it. You just jump. You jump into the work and get it done. Because I'll tell you, finishing things feels fucking amazing. Finishing things is powerful. I gotta stop picking at this table. It's falling apart here, so it's just, oh, it's bad for my ADHD, especially while talking on camera. And all these people around, but taking that leap of faith, closing the gap between consciousness of a task and finishing that task. Because, oh yes, that's where I was. Finishing things feels amazing, man. Execution, and it can be hard when you're stuck in that ugly middle process. My art people know what I'm talking about. There's always that ugly middle phase, but getting through to the end and not letting yourself just switch and start on something else because not finishing that thing, anything else you're doing is procrastination, man. Just get it done. If you need to make phone calls and your voice sounds like shit, and then you make shitty voice phone calls. If you need to finish that drawing, but you don't have the right plane. Well, hopefully you can hear the plane. But if you need to finish that painting, you don't have the right color brush, not the right color brush, right color marker, you don't have the right size brush, you don't have the right color paint, be creative. I mean, that's the whole point of what we're doing, right? Yeah, that's more specifically for my art people, but like, shit, even if, like, hey, if you're someone who works out regularly and suddenly you're not around your equipment, you're not around your home gym, whatever. I mean, shit, think of what people in prisons do. Filling bags with water, lifting that shit. Body weight, who knows? There's people who know. That's the whole point of what I was saying. But you can get real creative with the things around you to make sure you get to that end point, to that end goal. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be clean. A lot of the time it's going to be messy, or at least have some frayed edges around it. But you just keep marching forward and towards it and into it. You walk into it, and eventually you'll walk through it and out of it. All right, everyone, I'm about to start just repeating myself, but I want to let you know that I believe in you. I have faith that you can get all those things done that you need to get done. Let me know anything you're struggling to get done with in the comments. Maybe I can give you some motivation. Then again, though, remember, motivation's cheap. Discipline's where it's at. If you're motivated, you feel good and you get something done. If you're disciplined, it doesn't matter how you feel. You get something done, and then you feel good afterwards. So I guess I'll leave you with that. Thank you all for being here. I hope you have an amazing day or night whenever you're watching this. My energy in this place and in this moment goes out to you in your space, in whatever moment you're receiving this. All right. Take care. Love y'all. Quick little outro for y'all. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, all that basic YouTube stuff. If you're interested in seeing more of my artwork, follow me on Instagram at key.dyer, as well as my Patreon with tiers as little as $1 a month. You get some extra goodies from me. For $8 a month, you get some original art from me. So if you're interested in any of that, go do it. Thank you.